built in America, sent over here by the hundreds if not thousands during the war, used in control towers and also in Y stations for listening to German traffic. The next bit of kit on the bench, the one with the big round knob at the front, is another American receiver. This is a national HRO. Again, we've imported over 10,000 of these, I understand, and they were used in listening stations very widely and occasionally for other uses such as towers, but mainly listening stations. There's always been a big debate which of those two sets is the better. Whoever used them liked them the best, just like people at Flew Lancaster and Halifax's. The next bit of kit is an amateur band transmitter receiver, the grey bit. The red box on the top with the K on it is the practice oscillator for the children that we're getting wanting to do a bit of Morse. And the next big piece of kit with the coloured knobs on the front and the matching coloured bands on the receiver underneath is the standard Bomber Command transmitter above and receiver below. The roof aerial up on the top is a poor replica of what there was on the top of the Halifax, and in the case of the Lancaster it was actually inside the back of the cockpit, it wasn't really on the outside as such. The big aluminium units to the left of that are just the power units, and in the far corner, almost in, is another American receiver. That's an airborne receiver, the BC-348, fitted in a lot of large American aircraft from Dakotas, B-17, B-29, etc, etc. The taller unit, which is semi in bits, is post-war 1960s era, used for listening to Russian traffic in the Cold War. A lot of these were fitted in places on the west side of the wall in Berlin under the disguise of weather stations. And the receiver, which is missing out of it, the main chunk, is behind me in bits on the bench. I've just repaired that this morning, so that's awaiting to when there's somebody down here that's strong enough to lift it back in the rack with me. So that's that bit. And then here, this is G navigation equipment used for, as it would suggest, for finding where you are. Up to 1942, I think it said that 50% of the bombs that we dropped over enemy territory were wild mark of the target. And so, in answer to the book report, this was developed by a guy called Dippy. It was introduced March 1942, and it's a system where you had 3 transmitters in the country, a master and 2 slaves, and the aircraft measured the time differences between them and give an accurate location down to a few yards at 50 miles. A very good system, because it didn't tell anybody else anything, it only told you where you are. Although the signals could be picked up elsewhere, it didn't tell anybody anything. And such a good system that although it came out, as I say, March 42, was still in V-bombers in the 1970s. So that's about what we have up to now.
Thank you, Ken. Thank you very much
pleasure.
indeed. Thank you.
Okay, yeah.